Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. My god, there's a lot of traffic. I don't know what people do during peak hour. I haven't gone into like a traffic jam, like how slow I am right now. You can probably see how that car there is very slow as well. Never done it this slow in my life. Well, not in my life, more like for a long period of time. So it got me thinking, what do you do when you go in a massive traffic jam like this? I don't know, it could be because for the first time in a long time that I actually have to drive during peak hour. Most of the time when I drive, it always off peak. You know, when I go, let's say, out and about, it's got to be between 10 till about, let's say, if I don't have to pick up the kids, roughly about 4, or if not, wait until about 6 or 7, 8 or something like that, just to get away from this traffic jam. Got me thinking, what do people do like during this traffic? Write in the comment below, what do you really do? I got sick and tired of listening to radio because they just talk about stuff that it's irrelevant and not somewhat of interest to me. Then what I usually do, on the other hand, let me see if this can, if you can relate to this. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Because if you're going to spend an hour, and sometimes I just sit on a quiet with no music on, that got me a lot of thinking. But sometimes where I just sit here, right, sometimes I have a couple of music here and there, but most of the time I listen to audiobooks. If I don't listen to audiobooks, then I watch a couple of YouTube, just to not watch, more like listen to a couple of podcasts or YouTube episodes or so here and there. That got me curious, because for me it's like every day you need to grow, right? You need to grow with whatever possible knowledge, power, information, financial advice, tips and tricks and here and there. That's what I usually do. So I'm just curious, what do people do during traffic jam? Do write them in the comment below. So anyway, so that's one side. Another thing that I learned today is I realized that most, I guess, investing, or when it comes to money anyway, everyone make it so complex. Making it so complex, and it's all a lot of juggling word that comes with it as well. So I learned this when I was early age of roughly about 18, 19, somewhere around there, early 20s, let's say. I try to keep it simple, stupid, KISS principle. If it doesn't make any sense, obviously don't do it. If it's costing you money, then at what point is it going to be returning money back to you? And if you look at, let's say, in a property transaction, for example, every week, is it going to cost you money? Or is it actually putting money in your bank account? Most people's portfolio is bound to be the other way around, where it's actually costing them a certain dollar figure every week. Because if it's the other way around, where it's actually providing money, providing an income to you every week, you won't be as working as hard unless you actually own your own company, or there you go. Unless you own your own company, then it might be a bit different. You really love working there. But as an employee base, your numbers in your property, I bet it's the other way around. That's the reason why you go to work every day. I don't understand why would you do that, where the lifestyle without working is much better compared to lifestyle if you have to work. What if there's a lifestyle where every day you can do whatever you want, and having a property investment, let's say, that actually can provide you that lifestyle? That would be a different mindset that is a little bit different, a shift on your way of thinking. When I first started my journey on property investing, I thought it's normal to have negatively gearing. I thought it's normal having a property that is costing me money every week. I thought it's normal to go to work and pay off a mortgage over 30 years. But it turned out to be that's just the normal thing to do. But if you want to be extraordinary, what if you can make your payment on your mortgage a lot more quicker? What if instead of taking you 30 years to pay off mortgage, how about paying it off within 10 years or less? What would you do with that extra income when you're able to pay off your mortgage in full in a third of the time, especially when you're having a 30-year mortgage? So that curiosity comes into play for a long period of time for me. Like, I bought a property and then I realized paying all of these bills is not fun. What will happen? Like, I don't mind paying the like say the upkeep of the property, because after all, a property requires an upkeep, such as the water rate, council rate, because you need to use those services. But on the other hand, I don't like paying the mortgage. I would rather have a property with no mortgage. So if you were to pay a property with no mortgage, whatever that price is, that's it. Let's say if it's a $500,000, and if you pay it in cash, that's $500,000. Here you go, see you later, done, transactions finished. However, if you're paying it on a monthly installment over 30 years, you ended up paying at least double. So the contract, when you purchase a property, say $500,000. But if you just make the bare minimum over 30 years, it's going to be doubled that you'll be paying to the bank. Minimum is doubled. And I realized, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to pay the bank more? Not just a little bit more. It's like 100%. Like if you borrow $500,000 mortgage, you're gonna be paying $1 million over 30 years. So for me, instead of that, then how am I able to go the other way around? How can I try to gain more wealth if you're taking that big lump sum from my wealth building exercise, from my job, let's say? So that's in the back of my head when we started our journey on property investing. Most people say, no, it's okay, it's all right, just put that in the back of your head, don't worry about that. But for me, it's like, no, I would rather have a property with no mortgage. How can I do that? So that got me thinking again. The journey of buying one property, that's already hard enough. The journey of getting out of debt, that's already hard enough. Saving up for a deposit, another hurdle. Not lured to whatever marketing gimmick out there, with all the bells and whistles that comes with in this world that we live in. So yeah, and I'm up to that stage in my life where, okay, now we've got about $60,000 on our mortgage on one of our investment property. Let's just pay that off. Well, would I want to shake hands with the bank if you can actually just don't have to have any more payments? Now, some probably think of, with a $60,000 repayment, it's only X amount of dollars per week or X amount of dollars per month. And even though I've got, 20 more years to go to pay off this $60,000. But for me, what if it was the other way around? What if you don't have any more payment? That would be an interesting life. What if all the rental income that comes to that property goes to your pocket instead of, whatever percentage, let's say 50% goes to the mortgage repayment and the other 50% goes to you? What if 100% goes to you instead of just half or, shaking hand with the bank for a certain number of years? My mind has been so fixated with that, paying off that mortgage as quickly as possible in the past few months, because it's so right there. If you get what I mean, it's like right there. It's not that far. It's $60,000. It's like a 1 year wage of if it's $1,000 a year. That's just 1 year. What do I have to do? So that's the reason why we have a side hustle with eBay. That's the reason why I have a couple of contract here and there. That's the reason why I show you guys the journey of how we go about doing it. Because this is where I am at the moment. And it's only short term, not long ago. I'd say about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, somewhere around there. Where just before my son was born, where I was mortgage stressed. So my son now is 6, turning 6, and that got me thinking. In a short term, I was able to turn it around from I guess an environment where I wasn't able to sleep at night, and that wasn't fun when I wasn't able to go to sleep at night. And that wasn't fun when you have to work very long hours, 6-7 days a week, just to be afloat. That wasn't really a lifestyle that I was looking at as a property investor. Don't get me wrong, I must admit I got lured as well. I'm sure there are bound to be investors out there or property investor out there that got lured the same lifestyle that you're supposed to be having. You know, the dream of, hey, it's okay, you know, you work right now and so that way you can retire when you're young, when you're old, sorry, you have a lot of this bucket of money. But for me, it's the other way around. I would rather, why don't I just retire now where I don't have to work full time. I don't have to have the, stuck in this traffic every day. I don't know how people do this, going on a traffic every day, 5 days a week. I'm only doing this like today, and it's already driving me mental. I can only imagine if you do it every day of the week. I'm on a standstill on a harbour bridge. It could be a couple of things. One is an accident. It's been raining for a couple of days, so it might be a flood or whatever, and everything else that comes with a reasoning. But yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to ask. Well, that's where I'm at the moment, and surely people out there would have different way of thinking. Surely bound to be out there, people out there having that mental blank, just wondering what do you do when you're actually in a traffic jam. I try to learn and encourage more. Audiobooks helps a lot. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.